sense of humor, my disposition, my rosy future, I'll share it all with you.
In this unit, we're going to look at a couple of ways of sharing documents with students. We're going to start with the easy way, and relatively easy, I should say. So we want to go to your Google Drive, and what we want to do is create a folder that we can put handouts in for our students to be able to use, but we don't want the students to be able to edit those handouts. We just want them to be able to make a copy so that they can then fill them out. You know, maybe it's a form, maybe it's a graphic that you want them to add to, something like that, and then be able to turn that back into the teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder. So I go to Google Drive, and I'm going to say create new folder. And I'm going to call this Language Arts Handouts. And I'm going to create. Okay, so there's my new folder. Now notice you've got a little folder icon here, but it doesn't have the little person on there that denotes that it's a shared folder. So I want to share this with my students, so I'm going to go ahead and right-click on that, go to Share, and I'm going to set it. Notice right here it says Private, only I can access. I need to change that so that anyone from the Department of Defense education activity with the link can get to it. And I want them to be able to view only. You don't want any of these others. Edit. So only view. So I'm going to hit save and done. I could, if I had a class list, let's say, I could put that in here and it would send the link right to the students. But we'll do it another way right now. So I've clicked done, and now I'm ready to put something in there. So I'm going to open up that, and I'm going to go ahead and I can either drop a file in there or I can use my upload. So I'm going to upload a file, and here's a written book report form that I've got. Notice it's a doc, a Microsoft Word document. When I upload that, I want to make sure that I convert it to a Google Doc. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, say open. This will have the same sharing permissions as the selected folder. That's true. Upload. And I want this part here checked where it says under my upload settings, I want convert documents, presentations, spreadsheets, and drawings to the corresponding Google Docs format. So this is going to change it to a Google Doc from a Word file. Start upload, and there is my file. So I'm going to go ahead and close that for a second. Now, I'm going to show you another little trick that we can use here. So I'm going back, this folder, I'm going to go back to my shared, and I want to get the link for that folder. So I'm going to go ahead and hit copy. You could do that. Go copy, and I've copied that link. Now, that's kind of an elaborate link. It'd be very difficult for a student to type that in without making a mistake. So what I want to do is give them a simpler link to get to. I could email that link to my students, of course, and that would be easy. They wouldn't make a mistake. But if I wanted them to write it down, let's say, or type it in, I'm going to go to something called the Google Shortener. So I type in GOO.GL, and I paste the long URL here. I say shorten the URL, and now I have a shorter version of that URL. This is much easier for the students to remember or to type in. It's only 6 characters, and it is case sensitive, so you have to be careful on that. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And now we're going to take a look at what this might look like for the student. I'm now logged in as a student, so what we want to do is go up to here, and I'm going to type in that URL. So I say GOO.GL / and then it was capital DG KSN capital M, and that should take me to that folder. There we go. So now it's taken me to that shared folder, and we don't want to have to do this every time, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the students to click on Add to Drive. Now I'll say Open in Drive. Now when I go to My Drive, notice there's my Language Arts handout folder. And here is the book report form that I had uploaded. And now the student still can't type in there. Notice I can't do anything. If I try to type in here, nothing happens because it is view only. So what I want to do is make a copy. So I'm going to go ahead and make a copy, and I'm going to just say Alan's written book report form here. And when I hit OK, it's going to create a copy in my drive outside of this folder. So when I click OK, I now have this. If I go back to my drive here, notice there's Alan's book report form. So once I've done that and changed it, I can go ahead and email that or turn it into another folder that the teacher might have created.
Wow, that is really going to save me a lot of time.
And my students can never say, I lost the handout.
Plus, you can do this with any document. Presentations, pictures, text, even pass out non-Google documents.
I cannot wait to try this with my students.